Greetings, everybody! TPrower once again. I'm sure by now you've all heard the big news. We're getting us an MLP feature film in 2017. In light of this, I felt it was as good a time as any to talk about my thoughts on Rainbow Rocks. Yes, I have seen it, but unfortunately, that means I won't be able to make a blind commentary for it. However, I can still get my feedback on it and tell you how I liked it. Be warned, this discussion will contain spoilers, so if you have yet to see the movie and don't want to be spoiled, please leave the video now. We good? Okay. I'm sure everyone's already said this by now, but Rainbow Rocks is definitely better than the first movie. One of the biggest problems for me for the first one was the pacing. Everything seemed unnecessarily rushed, both from the movie being only an hour and 10 minutes long, and from the whole 3-day time limit thing. Well, this movie handled its running time much better, and we even swept the whole 30 moons problem under the rug, thanks to Twilight's portal thingamajig. We at least got the setup for Camelot High out of the way in the first movie, and had the origins for the girls' band and musical talents in those shorts and the prequel novel, so we weren't choked with exposition and introductory material. The plot flowed very smoothly all in all, never really feeling like it had to rush. Next, the characters. Sunset Shimmer really impressed me. It's kind of hard to go back to the first movie and see how completely evil she was. No redeeming qualities at all. Now, she's downright adorable. Her reformation did seem a bit rushed at the end of the first movie, but they at least built off of that with this one. She wants to make amends for her past mistakes, but feels like she can't live down how awful she used to be. Doesn't help that people casually refer to her acts of evil when she's in the vicinity. Thank God the humane five were there to stick by her side. Still, I enjoyed her character development in this movie, and I've really grown to like her. The humane six also get their own bits of character development. Each of them has their own petty squabbles about how the band should be run, like Fluttershy's songs being rejected, Rarity's choice of band fashion being scoffed at, and Rainbow thinking she's what keeps the band itself alive. Twilight, meanwhile, has to deal with the pressure of writing a musical counterspell, worrying that she won't be able to make it happen. Of course, as you can imagine, it all goes right in the end. Fluttershy's song is the one that saves the day, Rarity gets to put her fashions to good use, and Rainbow learns to share the glory. Also, not only do we get Sunset Shimmer's canon Anthro Pony transformation, but that counterspell! Expecto Patronum, anyone? Spike didn't have as much focus this time around, but he did help save the day, and photobombed a selfie spectacularly. Attaboy! Another strong point was the minor background characters. This time around, we got to see humanized versions of Lyra, Bonbon, Octavia, Bulk Biceps. We even got a cameo from Maud and Boulder. Vinyl got her own moments of awesomeness. Who knew that music to my ears short was a Chekhov's gun? Trixie? Good lord, what can I even say? She was just Trixie being Trixie, and it was glorious. Snips and Snails rapping? Nice effort, boys, but DJ Pinky's won this round. Derpy on the musical saw? Classic. Flash Sentry didn't have as much focus this time, and when he did, he was either being his clumsy, goofball self or a complete asshat because of the competitive spirit infecting everyone. He even made Twilight cry. Of course, everything went back to normal afterwards, and at this point, I suppose I should say I'm not really a fan of the Twilight Flash ship. I'm not saying I don't like Flash as a character. I just don't think a canon love interest suits Twilight, especially when the version of Flash she has a crush on isn't even the one in her own world. You guys can keep your ships, but this one's just not for me. Then there's the villains. The Dazzlings. Adagio Dazzle, Aria Blaze, and Sonata Dusk. I enjoyed them as villains, both on their looks and their threat level. The ditziness of Sonata Dusk aside, they were definitely a force to be reckoned with due to their siren powers. Which brings up another point. We've got yet another species to add to the MLP mythology list. And of course, their banishment to Camelot High's world is all thanks to Star Swirl the Bearded, who by now should be known as Star Swirl the Awesome. What disappointed me a bit was that we didn't really see the Dazzling suffer major retribution for all the crap they pulled. Then again, being rejected by society and losing your one true weapon, your magically hypnotic voice in this case, in a world already devoid of magic does seem like pretty hefty punishment. One other thing. I've been seeing lots of bona fide versions of the sirens, but it wouldn't hurt to see more of their actual siren selves. Unless I just haven't been looking hard enough. That could easily be the case. Last but not least, the music, which is really the impetus of the whole movie. Generation 4 of MLP has always been amazing in both voice acting and music, and this film was no exception. It's kind of obvious that a Battle of the Bands themed movie would have a heavy emphasis on songs, and all of them are really good. My only nitpick is that it would have been nice to hear the performances from the other bands/contestants, like Lyra and Bonbon, Octavia, Flash's band, Bulk Biceps, or even the Crusaders in their humanized Showstoppers outfits. Oh well, can't win them all, I suppose, but the music was still great. It's kind of hard to choose absolute favorites, but two of mine are Let's Have a Battle and Shine Like Rainbows, the song played during the credits. Speaking of, that little scene at the end after the credits? If that's not a hook for a sequel, I don't know what is. Well, those are my general thoughts on Rainbow Rocks. Definitely worth checking out, even if there was even less screen time devoted to our little ponies. I may have missed a point or two in my talk, wouldn't surprise me, but if there is something I missed, you can always hit me up in the comments and I'll get back to you. Until next time, see ya!